can't tell if you're serious right now. In a previous video, we talked about cultivating your desk space or your business temple. Now we're going to focus on cultivating the inner space. What I mean by that is meditation. There's so much evidence from a scientific standpoint and an experiential standpoint as to why meditation is a great thing to do from a personal and a professional perspective. But what we're going to talk about is what it does for us and what it makes available for both of us individually from a business perspective.
I've been meditating for 6 years, and I've done different meditation trainings, and I've gone on pilgrimage to India with my meditation teacher, David Wagner. I've been around the block for a little bit, and I can answer a couple of questions. And actually, Eric and I are getting ready to go on my first silent meditation retreat in December, and I'm so excited about that.
I was introduced to meditation at age 14 in one of my high school classes. I either hated it because I was so impatient or had a very powerful experience. And looking back on it, it was actually just 10 breaths that we were taking, but it just seemed like unfathomable that I would have to sit still for 30 seconds. But the times that I didn't resist it, I actually had a very powerful experience looking back on it. And the times that I resisted it pretty much were some of the most painful experiences in high school.
So there's an old Zen saying, if you don't have 20 minutes to meditate daily, meditate for an hour. That makes a lot of sense. On days when I start off with meditation, even if it's 5 minutes, it makes such a huge difference for how the rest of my day goes. I also have other rituals. If you follow Breakfast Criminals, you might have seen I make my bulletproof coffee, I set an intention, but really the most important thing is first of all connecting to yourself, and I do that through breath and meditation. In situations when I'm just overwhelmed and there's way too much to do and it feels like there's no time for anything, I find a couple of minutes to sit down and breathe, and I can't tell you how much of a difference it makes for managing stress and anxiety IRL.
For me, meditation is so important. In case you haven't figured it out by how quickly I talk, my brain is like a mile a minute talking and da-da-da-da. And when I take a couple of minutes to just breathe and just feel like I don't need to do anything else other than just be, then every conversation I have for the rest of the day is so much more focused. My decision-making processes and my executive functioning feels so much sharper.
You become more calm, you become more kind to yourself and to others, you make better decisions, you don't act on impulse, but you actually act from what serves you.
Patience, a huge thing. In sales, one of the most important thing to do is to have patience so that you can listen to the other person is saying, because what they're saying is more important than what you have to say. In fact, unless they say something, there's nothing for you to say back.
So where do you begin? I hear a lot of people wanting to get into meditation, but then what stops them is the thought of, but I can't just sit there and not think about anything. See, the thing is, the thoughts are always going to be there. It's your relationship with your thoughts that is worth looking at, and being able to just be aware of them and stay present with your breath and with your center. So the things that I recommend on how you can start and get into meditation, first of all, there's apps that are really fantastic in getting you started. My favorite one is a free app called Insight. Another one is called Headspace, where you can buy subscriptions and get different packages specifically geared towards feeling certain ways, like cultivating patience or self-love or kindness or productivity. Another thing to do is to find a meditation studio nearby. In New York City, I love mindful meditation. There's 3 locations. There's 2 in New York City and 1 in Brooklyn, and it's a fabulous oasis. Whenever I'm feeling overwhelmed, I can't go any longer with my workday, I need to get out of my office, I just head to Mindful, and after 30 minutes, I feel like a completely new woman full of energy. Honestly, 30 minutes of meditation for me is equals 2-hour nap.
One of the other things that I find stops people from meditation, and I hear this all the time, I'm no good at meditation. Nobody is. That's the thing. You were not born with the ability to sit quietly and focus on your breath. So the kind of meditation that I do is Insight or Vipassana meditation. And what I do is I focus on one thing, which is just the breath coming in through my nostrils and out through my mouth. I focus on the rise and fall of my chest. Your point of focus could either be just the breath, or it could be the rise and fall of the chest.
The one thing I want to leave you with is the 4-6-8 breath. It's a very calming breath that will help you pull yourself together and transform your day. So the way you do it is you breathe in for 4, and then you hold for 6, and then you exhale for 8. You can exhale through your nose, and for even more stress release, you can exhale through your mouth like Eric did over here. If you have questions about meditation and how to incorporate that into your business life, ask us below. We're here to answer it.
Om Namah Ganapate.